Hello, is this working? Cool. Well, hey guys, it's Muppet here. We'll be doing Nancy Drew and the Phantom of Venice today. So I'll go ahead and load her up, and we'll start this bad boy. I don't think the sound is playing on this one. One second. If I can't get the sound working. Let me try her again. Oh, well, that's just grand. That would be my phone. Okay. Maybe if I try it this way. Hey Lilabo, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties right now. I can't get the sound working. Oh, just a sec. No, she's cocked it. One sec. No, not in the slightest. What is this? Uh-oh. Yeah. So, this is fun. How have you been? How'd your job interview go on Wednesday? So, we're gonna have a just chatting time until I figure this out. Windowed mode? Oh, it went alright? Yeah. Did you get anything cleared up in the interview, or like did you find out if you'd need a car or not and whether you can do it?
Mi chiamo Nancy. Mi chiamo Nancy. Mi chiamo Nancy. Mi chiamo Nancy.
Oh, sorry. Little Rose, she said she had to interview 2 other people, so I don't know what that means. She's either said that just for just letting you know that she has a few interviews, or like a really mean like scare tactic to make you like try and like put your best in the interview, so that because there's like competition, that sort of thing. But there's no driving. Awesome, hell yeah. And no drugs. It's the majority of people in the area are not like. Oh yeah, I mean fair enough. Not fair enough, obviously. I mean, like, hell yeah, if that's not what you're doing. And yeah, obviously that looks good in the workplace because they prefer not to have to deal with that. Oh, 1 second, sorry.
Mi chiamo Nancy.
Quick question, did that come up? Did you hear Nancy speak some Italian?
Mi chiamo Nancy.
Oh, have we lost it completely? I mean, oh, sorry. Sorry, I got to the end of it. No, that's fair enough. Like whether you sound eager or wait, so I don't want to sound too eager. No, that's fair enough. Like you don't have to. Like if you're still able to like get through the interview, like you're all set. Like there's no stress on that. And don't want to sound too eager. I mean, fair enough. Make it look like you have, like, you've got like a whole bunch more interviews, I guess, if that's how you were going. Hold on. She was a bit worried about the 70 pounds of weight, but she was like, there are men used. Yeah. If anyone else can hold it for you, definitely get them to do it. With my. Oh, she was impressed with the cybersecurity background. Oh, that's good. That means they'll definitely take an interest in that. Well, not just in the position, but they'll know that you do have the capabilities to do other areas in the company, and like cyber security is pretty loved, so that's pretty dope. Hold on, let me reload this 1 sec. And that your detail oriented? Definitely, that would definitely show up. Okay, I think this is working.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook.
Oh yeah,
I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. but don't say anything about that to my dad,
Sounds
okay?
like you wanted to place
He
a
worries
word
about me
civil,
enough as it is.
not best
And
friends
whatever
or
you
anything.
do, read what's in the file called Case File. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery,
Yeah,
just click on
totally.
the plane
Set
ticket
your
and you'll
set
be
your
on your
boundaries
way.
early on and just... Yeah, and they can go from there. Totally. Then they'll definitely know that what's like no-goes for you, and then just as they talk with you, and I guess you open up on certain aspects, so we're like, okay, so we can talk about this field. It's not to do with her personal life or her background. It, like, say, just a topic of interest, and go from there. Perfect. Okay, just a second. Okay, we are good to go. So I've just put myself on the other side of the screen so we can still see me access the all our lovely little doodads. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't like the questions myself, so that's I'm fully on board with that one. I wish it was just oh, okay, they're not. Let's either ask the next person or just move on. Case file.
Thanks to Prudence Rutherford, the wealthy socialite whose necklace I helped recover while solving that scarlet hand case a while back, I'm on my way to Venice, Italy. Apparently, someone there has been dressing up in a mask and cape and stealing valuable pieces of art. The news media call him the Phantom, not only because of the way he dresses, but because he leaves behind so few clues. Prudence, who loves Venice and belongs to an organization dedicated to preserving the city's art, is outraged the thief hasn't been caught yet. So she talked someone she knows at the GDIF, the Italian version of our FBI, into having me help the police in their investigation. She arranged for me to stay in Venice in the palazzo she used to own, which now belongs to a well-to-do widow named Margarita Faubourg. Beyond that, all I know for sure is that I'll be working undercover, and as soon as I arrive, the police will send me something that will lead me to my assignment. What it will be, I have no idea. But am I excited? Oh, see!
Oh, so this will be good. Sorry, one of these lines in here has just made it very apt for the current times, I guess. Where is it? With the Phantom himself dressing up in a mask and cape to steal valuable pieces of art. Do you hear how the Mona Lisa got attacked the other day and it had cake smeared on all the glass? It was apparently a gentleman had disguised himself as a little old lady in a wheelchair and then hopped out and smeared cake on her. It's definitely not the headline I was expecting for the day, but I know it's a bad thing, but considering other stuff currently happening, this was like some well appreciated like light news. But oh yeah, just going about my day and I read that. Sorry. Oh, we have another job interview on Friday. Excuse me. On Monday. Nice. Is that from one of the other two jobs that you've mentioned? Or is this like a completely new one? Okay. Let's head to Venice. Get our dictionary. We shall need that. Our job interview at home. Oh, another Zoom one. Nice. Ooh, task list, please. Dark tunnel. Oh, it's a home job.
Well, Nancy, things are not looking good. What the heck happened? This case started out so well. I mean, what could be better than waking up in Venice, Italy?
We'd be drowning, Lance. I don't know, core representative were pretty good. Is it one of those, like an information one, or like a, the, or, what am I thinking of? A utility one? Ooh, we got them waterways. Okay. We have a little bit of a footpath to get to the water with. Okay, well, we've got a phone. Ooh, we have a lovely lady here. I'm confused. Oh, sorry, I meant like utility-wise. Like, is it like a company for like is an home like call center job? Sorry, I'm not explaining myself well. I meant like a what's it called? Oh, she's got it in German. We can't read that. Like, is it one for like letting people know about like gas, water, and electricity and that sort of thing, or is it like a selling job, like selling stuff? Oh, sorry. Venice is so beautiful this time of year, Hilda. I found some lovely mosaics I picked up from a friend. I'll send them your way once I find some time.
That's my roommate's stuff. Mine's on the other side of the room.
I think this is the first time she's chosen not to snoop in someone's stuff, but okay. An interactive guide to Venice. Oh, so we have a bunch. Nice. Okay. How Venice was built. The land upon which the city of Venice, or Venezia in Italian, was built is actually comprised of 118 small islands emerging from the shallow waters at the tip of the northern Adriatic Sea. Early settlers knew that a city set in the middle of a lagoon would be easier to defend from marauders than one on land. They also recognized that its unique location gave its potential of becoming an important city center of trade, especially with countries to the east. So island by island, they drove pilings made of oak and pine wood deep into the subsoil until they hit compacted clay. Using these pilings as foundations, they built houses atop them made of wood and brick and faced with heavy stone, resulting in structures that stood for hundreds of years. In fact, many of the buildings that today make Venice one of the most picturesque cities in the world were built well over 400 years ago. Most of the 150 canals for which the city is famous are natural. Filled with brackish water, they are channels which flow between the islands upon which the city was built. Some 409 bridges span these canals. Bridges that were built over small canals are often privately owned, which means its owner can and do charge a toll to walk across them. To make matters worse, many of the smaller bridges have neither roofs nor walls, so that crossing them at night often proves extremely challenging and wet. Yeah, that's right, it is. It's the first time for everything with no snooping. Yeah, seems to be. Oh, a call center job for... Oh, a school company. Nice. That would be pretty fun. Oh, hello, Papa. Oh, that's the email with the little ranch. Cute. Here we go. Major sights of Venice. The almost 2-mile stretch of water known as the Grand Canal is perhaps Venice's most well-known feature, with its vaporettos, or water buses, gondolas and water taxis. The activity on the canal itself is almost as fascinating as the grand and often colourful palazzos, or palaces on its shores. Many of the most spectacular sights in Venice are located near the piazza, the open square of San Marco. Most prominent, of course, is the Basilica di San Marco, the Cathedral of St. Mark, which was completed in 1094. It's a mixture of Byzantine, Romanesque, and Arabesque architectural styles, is indicative of the multitude of forces that helped make Venice into a vibrant cultural centre. Inside the basilica are numerous relics and stunning mosaics, as well as the 4 magnificent bronze horses, which were taken from Brunetium during the Fourth Crusade, and nearby is the Doge's Palace, a testament to the opulent lifestyle with which the dukes that ruled Venice enjoyed. In Tenal, the Venetian Republic ended in the 18th century. Ooh. Hold on a second. Cute avatar by the way. Thank you so much, Papa. Fair. Like, obviously, like that is your first choice option, Lilybo. We're both gonna hope for that one, and like hopefully it does work out. But if not, you got those backup options just in case. But now we're gonna hope for the hospital job. Okay, second line in. I got this. Excuse me. The tall bell tower, or the Campanile, was built next to the Basilica, is the tallest structure in Venice and affords spectacular views of the city. The ancient and beautiful Rialto Bridge affords wonderful views of the Grand Canal. Best seen from the Grand Canal, the Ponte de Sosbri, the Bridge of Sighs, was so named because it was the bridge connecting the Doge's Palace, which served as a seat of government for hundreds of years. With its dungeon, it was said that people being escorted across the bridge to the prison would sigh as they look outside, knowing it would be a long time, if ever, before they would see daylight again. Just off the Piazza San Marco is the Muzo Kora, a museum with wonderful displays of medieval and Renaissance art and artifacts, while on the other side of the Grand Canal is the Gallery dell'Accademia. Its extensive collection of Venetian art throughout the ages is truly spectacular. I must stumble so many of these words. And gelato! Ooh. No visit to Italy would be complete without at least one visit to a gelato shop. Contrary to popular belief, the Italian ice cream known as gelato did not get its name because it contains gelatin. Rather, it comes from an Italian word which means frozen. Like the ice cream from which most Americans are familiar, gelato is made from whole cow's milk and sugar, which are stirred while they are being frozen to form a dense, creamy product. Gelato, however, is usually favoured with fresh fruit and contains less butterfat than ice cream, 4 to 8% versus 10 to 18%, and less air, resulting in a healthier product with a much more intense flavour. The best gelato is made daily. It must be kept in a special freezer and is usually scooped out of trays instead of bins. Commedia dell'arte. From the 15th century to the 18th century, a form of improvisational theatre known as Commedia dell'arte thrived in Italy and influenced theatre throughout Europe. I was going to say troupe, whatever. A Commedia dell'arte's troupe consisted of 10 people, 7 men and 3 women. Like other Renaissance theatre troupes, they travelled from town to town performing plays, but unlike other troupes, they did not simply act out memorised lines. Rather, everything they said was improvised and made up on the spot. They did not, however, make up the story as they went along. The troupe would work from an outline which described the basic plot broken into acts. As the Commedia dell'arte genre evolved, so did some of the characters the performers created to bring their scenarios to life. These stock characters always dressed and acted the same way and used the same props from one play to the next. The mask the actors wore also helped their audiences recognize stock characters. A black mask from a long nose meant an actor was portraying the vicious, physically deformed, crafty man known as Pulcinella, while an actor wearing a mask with a bushy eyebrows and heavily furrowed brow was playing Pantalone, whose greed and naivety often set the plot in motion. So compelling were these characterizations that Shakespeare and later Molière employed them to varying degrees in their comedies. And then we have the Carnival. In Venice, Carnival, also spelled Carnival or Carnevale, is a winter celebration which lasts for several weeks. The Carnival season goes from the 12th day of Christmas, January 6th, to Shrove Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent. Like the Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday, celebration for which New Orleans is famous, Carnival in Venice involves mask costumes and merrymaking. I didn't know Mardi Gras was on Fat Tuesday. Okay. Or it means that, I'm not sure. One of the traditional costumes likely to be seen during Carnival is the boata, which features a white volto mask which covers half to 3/4 of the face. A black veil or cloak completes the look. Women sometimes wear a black oval mask called a moretta, which covers the entire face, but because the person wearing a moretta must hold the mask in place by clamping a button between her teeth, it's a mask that's seldom worn by modern-day revelers. I mean, okay, that's one way to keep your mask on, but geez. Okay, sorry. And then common Italian terms and phrases. So we have rosso, bianco, nero, giallo, blu, verde, cane, gatto, topo, fiore, porta, parate, banco, nope, traliccio, statua, albero, and fontana. I like fontana. Oh, and we have distances as well. Oh, it's not going to be good for me. Sotto, sopra, alla destra di, alla sinistra di, dietro, nella, vicino, lontano. Hello. Okay, what else have we got? We have our wardrobe.
Let's see, what should I wear?
Oh, we can customize our outfits. No. We're wearing a bucket hat. It's nice. Okay. That's literally the only customization I want for this game. We're going to be wearing this hat.
I can't go to bed. I've got too much to do.
Okay. And what's this room? Ah, bathroom.
You are rude, Nancy Drew. Oh, so rude.
I love her bathroom commentary. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, we have chocolates. Oh, welcome back, Lilibet. We're getting rid of all these chocolates. Oh my. Okay. Oh, what do we got here? We have some notes. Nursery games. Oh, yes, and the chocolates. Gotta eat we have to eat every bit of food. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm not gonna be reading German. Oh, she's mentioned something on a Colin Baxter. Nope. We have Venetian blinds. I can read that. What's this? Ah, it's the same thing. We have an Italian dictionary. What we need is a German dictionary. That's our bedroom. We have an unlocked door. Oh, can we go back up? Okay, we have this dude.
Hello, you must be the American Margarita mentioned. I'm Colin Baxter.
I'm Nancy Drew.
If you're looking for Margarita, she's up on the Altana, the rooftop garden.
For a second, I completely forgot we were here to help Margarita out. I thought he was on about the American pizza. My bad. What are you doing?
What are you doing, if you don't mind my asking?
Right now, I'm restoring this 14th century mosaic, which means, without getting overly technical, I'm cleaning the tesserae that remain in place, repairing those that have been damaged, and replacing those that are missing with new ones custom crafted to match.
Okay. So he's an art restorer.
Is Margarita paying you to do this?
She is indeed. As little as possible, of course, but
Of course.
just between you and me, I do this for free.
No.
I became fascinated with art in general and mosaics in particular when I was at Oxford. Oxford University. That's where I'm from, actually. Oxford, England. At least, that's where I was born. I live here now and intend to do so for a very long while. Although I say that with no small amount of guilt.
Why do you feel guilty?
People like me and Helena are the reason true Venetians are slowly going extinct. We foreigners come to Venice, fall in love with her, and wind up staying. High demand for food and housing results in high prices, which in many cases means the people who were born here have to leave because they can no longer afford to live here. If I could be granted one wish, it would be to have been born here. That way I would feel entitled to live here, and I would know how to speak Italian.
You don't speak Italian?
Much as it shames me to admit it, no. Languages don't come easily to me. And since I am able to do what I do without knowing Italian, you know, I have some slides of various tesserae. Not only are they enormously informative, but they're also quite beautiful. Would you like to see them?
I mean, yeah, we'll check one or two out. Remind me, what day did you reach out to her? And I'm just going to move myself for a moment. Ooh, a bit more. There we go. There. Cool. Now we can read along for the chat script now.
Sure.
Marvellous. Here we go. What a yummy shade of yellow.
Yummy shade of yellow. Sorry, Monday and Wednesday.
Incredible. Just incredible.
So she hasn't got back to you for either of the 2 days yet.
Wonderful colour. Look how the light plays off of it.
Yeah, maybe
Magnificent
just check
shade of
in
blue.
and just say, sorry to bother you, just wanted to know if
Look how the light plays
were
off of
able
it.
to get the information that you asked for.
Almost looks like an emerald, doesn't it?
Yeah, just check in that way. It's
And just when you think they can't get any better,
like you do need to get that information from it. So it's probably
sometimes
best if you
red
do find
is
out, because
simply
it has been
breathtaking.
from Monday. It's been a whole
I
work week,
adore
and
this
she probably
shade of
won't get back
crimson.
to you on Saturday
Have you
and Sunday.
ever
'cause that's the
seen such a
weekend.
radiant
So
shade
me
of
having
orange?
to wait until
Has all the radiance of a
next Sunday.
sapphire. Phenomenal colour.
Okay, this is enough of these tesseracts. They're very pretty.
Outstanding colour.
Yeah.
I should probably get going.
Very well. I thought I had at long last found a kindred spirit, someone who shared my passion for beauty, for art, but you apparently are like everyone else, interested only in what something is worth instead of what it offers the soul.
No, please. I'd stay, but I really do need to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Believe me, I think what you're doing is fascinating, and you obviously really know your stuff. In fact, that figurine in front of you, I've been dying to ask you about it. It's exquisite.
What, this statuette? Yes, it is exquisite. It's an example of late Etruscan
Good
bronze
judge,
work,
Nancy.
no doubt cast some 2,200 years ago. I'm not sure how Margarita came to own it, but she's very fortunate. It's almost impossible to find bronzetti of this quality outside a museum. You see, after they conquered the Etruscans, the ancient Romans melted down thousands upon thousands of statues like this just so they could make coins.
Interesting. Shoot, I wish I had time to hear more.
No, you go on. We can talk more later. Oh, a parcel was just delivered for you. It's by the door.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, he's getting so mad that we have to go, but he was the one who told us to meet Marguerite on the roof. So the door? I'm guessing that maybe the chocolates I ate, or it's through the door. Yeah, we'll check the parcel and then we'll go up to Marguerite.
Oh shoot, I'm
Oops.
sorry. Here, I'll get those.
You must be my newly arrived roommate. I'm Helena Berg.
I'm
Hi.
Nancy Drew. Sorry for all the commotion when I came in last night. My plane got in 3 hours late.
No need to worry about waking me up. I can sleep through almost anything. But I'm sure you have things to do and places to go, so I won't keep you. Oh, by the way, there's a parcel for you in the entryway. Ciao.
Ciao. Sorry, and Lubo, I was trying to reach out about other positions within the hospitals. Just in case you don't get the job. Yeah, okay. But in that case, it could just be a thing of she's waiting for the hospital to get back to her on the other jobs, or but then either way, just sending a quick message, just being like asking if she's like found anything, because yeah, she could either just be waiting on other jobs, or she just hasn't got around to sending the email again, which I get, but it's also like a pain, especially like if you've messaged her twice. Yeah, exactly. You've sent 2 messages. So it's like, you sort of need that info, or like even if she sent back an email just saying she hasn't heard anything yet, but she'll let you know as soon as she does. Yeah, just see if you can get one of those. Just be like, yeah, sorry to bother you. Can I find out if you found any info for me? But yeah, the only concern is that she might not respond at all to tomorrow or Sunday, which is a pain because yeah, we're having to wait till Monday. Excuse me, feeling for the dark said is no, I'll do that as well. I mean, if you have her number, you can give her a call too. Sorry, excuse me. Has the phantom struck again? Nuns at the convent of Saint Gervais awoke this morning to discover that the legendary jewel-encrusted chalice of the saint after which their convent was named was missing. Police reported that sometime between midnight and 5 a.m. someone broke into the underground chamber in which the chalice was kept, unlocked its glass display case, and made off with the ancient relic, which is estimated to be worth at least 50,000 euros. According to the head mother, Sister Lucille, sorry, that does make sense, yeah. Head mother, Sister Lucille. The thief managed to breach the state-of-the-art security system which guarded the chalice without harming any of the convent's residents or damaging any property. For that we are very grateful. But the chalice is precious to us for reasons that have nothing to do with the money. We beseech the thief who stole it from us so gracefully to return it the same way. Oh, they complimented him on how he stole it. Wow. Striking swiftly and silently and leaving no clues behind are signatures of the burglar popularly known as the Phantom. Police, however, say it's too early to attribute the theft of the chalice to the mysterious masked figure who has been glimpsed before and after the thefts of other valuable art objects. It doesn't matter if it's the same guy or not, said Venetian Police Commissioner Antonio Danaro. We're going to catch him. Allegedly removed from the grave of martyred Saint Gervais almost 1800 years ago, the chalice is solid gold and encrusted with jewels. Most notably are the patterns of rubies and emeralds which form the letters G on one side and P on the other. According to legend, the chalice was originally made of tin and was shared by Gervais and his twin brother Protes. Upon its removal from Gervais's grave, the tin cup was miraculously transformed into the chalice. Okay. Excuse me, sorry, I sneezed. Excuse me, that came out of nowhere. Forgive me. Okay, so we have a missing chalice. Are you calling her back? Yeah, like, if you have a number, give her a call back and just see how things are going. Excuse me. Okay, this is our parcel. Miss Nancy Drew, Preso Casa La Costa. Please find and close your bank card for the Banca dell'Oro. You'll find a convenient automatic teller machine in Piazza San Marco. Please visit there immediately so that we may activate your account. Oh my god. No. Sorry, I thought another sneeze was about to happen. Forgive me. Okay, so if our bank card. Should I wait until next week to call her? That one is entirely up to you. You can either call her today or Monday. That one's completely up to you, I'm afraid. With I mean, if you called her on Monday, there's the possibility that over the weekend she hears something. Your recruiter hears something. But although if you called her today, it shows that you're still interested and you just want to know where she's at and finding out the information for you. So yeah, that one's up to you, Lilibo. Okay. Do we have anything else down here? Oh, just the exit? Okay, we'll go to the roof. Nope. Okay, I stopped the sneeze, it's fine. Either way, it's just annoying when people don't respond. I totally agree. I agree, but then I'm also at fault of it at times. But for ones of like a business manner like yours, or like in jobs, you sort of want to be more proactive on responding, or at least letting people know if you're not able to respond.
Buongiorno. And again, welcome to Carnas Costa. I see you finally decided to get up.
Yes.
Actually, I've been up for a while.
Good for you. I got up, showered, and came straight up here. If it's daytime and it's sunny, no matter the time of year, this is where you will find me. They say the sun gives you wrinkles and worse, and that may be true, but it also makes you tan. To me, to be tan is good. Your accommodations, they are to your liking?
Yes. Sorry, Lilibo. Well, yeah, the diet job has been open since March. You think they would need help? Yeah, they're definitely help in that position. Like, sorry, what am I thinking? Yeah, they'd certainly need help in the diet aid job. I mean, everyone's always looking for, I guess, like kitchen hands to help out. There's always jobs on offer, so you'd think they'd be able to get back to you and like fill in the position. But yeah, maybe give the recruiter a call today and just see how things are going. Yeah, she'll either say she'll give you the information, or she'll say she'll call you back on Monday, or to call her back again on Monday. But yeah, check it in today. Yeah, check in today maybe. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just gonna make an awful noise with my nose. Okay. Sorry, I muted myself. I'm not going to put anyone through that atrocity of me just pretty much just having a spasm from a sneeze again. Oh yes, our room is lovely.
Oh yes, the room is wonderful.
You do not mind having a roommate?
Nah, roommates are chill. One is nothing.
Not at all.
Ah, you are just being polite. The last thing a young lady wants when she is on holiday is a roommate. I warned Prudence that you would have to share a room, but she said you had to come to Venezia this week and you had to stay here. And as we both know, what Prudence wants, Prudence gets.
Yeah, like 50
Have you gone
drumsticks.
outside the car yet?
No, we came straight to you before we did.
No, not yet.
Just do not forget to take your key and lock the front door whenever you leave. This is not the Palazzo Grassi, but I do have several valuable pieces of art. And with Il Fantasma, this phantom thief, running around and stealing everything, I prefer not to take any chances.
You're sorry, I saw the last message that you sent in about. Yeah, that's Hotchkiss. Rutherford's entirely different. Rutherford does art, not history. Hotchkiss does history. I'm atrocious. I'm not even a fan. Jeez. Sorry, the recruiter said was going to look into other positions you applied to and reach out. And heard nothing. You think they would? Yeah, you'd think they'd be a bit more proactive in getting back to people. I mean, gee, yeah. How long have you lived here?
How long have you lived here?
Almost 2 years. 2 wonderful but very expensive years. The city expects homeowners like me to maintain these old buildings. But who pays for everything? We do. The Restoration Council gives us nothing, not 1 single euro. It is criminal.
You mean you can't afford it?
You miss the point. Just because I can afford to pay does not mean I should. It is the principle. It is the principle of the thing. Besides, being rich is something I like. If I am all the time spending money, I will soon be unrich.
I will soon be unrich. Now I get that. If you can save a bit of money in some places, I get it.
I met the guy who's restoring the big mosaic in the main room. He's pretty intense.
Colin Baxter? I do not know how any man can find happiness looking at pieces of painted rock all day. Talking to him, it's like taking a sleeping pill. Que barba. But they say he is good, and so he works for me.
How much do you know about him?
How much do you know about him?
Not much, but Olivia von Hellstein raved about the work he did for her. And what is good enough for the Countess of Schlosselbeck is more than good enough for me.
Cool.
I'll let you get back to your sunbathing.
Ciao. And Nancy, that blouse you are wearing, you should change it.
How rude! Like, maybe a comment on my gorgeous yellow bucket hat, but my blouse? The nerve. No, we'll talk about all this. Yeah. Yeah, she's a character. Okay, we haven't. Okay, we can look off the roof. Oh, we got some bees. Oh, right next. Yeah, literally a hornet nest. Oof. Can we check anything on this table?
Put that down, you nosy girl.
Oh, we got told. Okay. Okay, let's leave the car. We will not be changing our blouse. Marguerite can stuff it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, where are we going for our bank card? The Italian police said they would constantly be discreet. On lead. Oh, Piazza San Marco. Ah, it's got an eyeball on it. Cool. That helps. Okay, I need to go individually. How are we doing this? We're gonna go the long way. Yeah, the interview went on about ice cream socials and holiday things, and I pretended to be In that case, like, that's probably... The only thing I know about ice cream version yeah, in that case, like, even though you're not interested, that could also just be they just give you a heads up on all the stuff that the company does, so you get I guess like a vibe of the atmosphere they had. Like in that case, I guess it'd sort of be seen as like the benefits of the job, because you get to have like the ice cream hangouts, and then holiday things are planned, and then from there you can choose whether, like, once you have the job, you can choose whether you include yourself on those or not. And yeah. We're gonna go the Luigi. Oh, okay, I guess this is straight there while the rest have music. We're not gonna spend any money. Not yet. Palazzo San Marco. And then we'll come back and we'll check that market out again. Ooh, we have
This kiosk could come in handy if I ever need any reference books.
reference books. I won't have time for perhaps anyway. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. Like, you'll even be able to, like, if they invite you over, you can just be upfront and be like, I'm sorry, I've got to study. Or, yeah, sorry, I've got work to do. Or, yeah, sorry, I've got to study. Okay, we can't buy the teen magazine. Devastation. Oh. If I click that, will it let me look at it, or will I buy it straight up? Oh, we do need that though. How much money do we have? We have 200. We can buy the German translate book. Okay, cool. So we can look at it first. Sassy detective. Whole resolves. The verdict on which makes a case truly irresistible. What's in her bag and how locks work. So we'll know what that is when if we need it.
Signora, ma come mai a Venezia?
Okay, we have some birdseed. Okay. And here's our bag. Oh, we got scanned.
I need a card.
All the information below is confidential. Use discretion when discussing this case of anyone other than your contact, Sophie. We'll go instructions first. Excuse me, Libo. She like that your grandfather used to work there. Ooh, so your grandfather used to work there as well. Nice. I mean, that will definitely be like a benefit. Be like working within the family in the same place. That'll be sort of like a I haven't got the correct words. My brain is saying vetting process, but I do not think that's what I'm trying to get at. Because that's a different thing. But either way, that probably looks good because it's it'll appear like you know the runnings of how the hospital works already, which is cool. Oh, cool. He was the head thoracic surgeon. But oh, that's cool. I'm just gonna go with head surgeon. Forgive me. I'm not gonna be repeating that word because I know I'm butchering that. But that's hella cool. He actually helps him. Oh, so you're throat surgeon? Thank you. But oh, that's hella cool if he was the head surgeon though. And oh, he actually saved your life when you were a baby. Damn, like that's some like, what am I saying? Like, my limited vocabulary is telling me that like that's hella dope, but it's like knowing that that a family member was in a position where they were able to help, like literally save a life. Like, wow, that's incredible. Oh, you turned blue 12 times. Oh my god. Like, I know were a baby and obviously you won't remember that, but everyone around you, that would have been terrifying. Oh my lord. Oh, 1 second, sorry. My nose is going to do a thing. Okay, we're back. I mean, yeah, it got to the point where, you turn blue that many times. Yeah, it can cause major side effects, like holy damn. But yeah, but obviously, like, all is well now. You are a healthy grown up. It's going fine. You're going for jobs, and then you're going back to the hospital your granddad saved you. I mean, yeah. Now it's all coming full circle. Excuse me. I think I'll just be better in the day. Yeah. Once things get corporate, they can get a bit iffy. I get that. Of the old hospital. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That can be a bit of a drag. It obviously like ruins how, not the atmosphere of the place, but like how everything goes. Like, it can be a bit of a downer if it like affects other areas of the place. But yeah, totally. If you're just there for money, you can study, then it's all chill. Sorry, forgive me. Case instructions assignment. After you read this, you will be provided with a pair of binoculars and a PDA. Using the binoculars, you will watch Antonio Fango, a suspect in the recent thefts attributed to the Phantom. See crime dossier. The window of his office in the Argonne building, Campo de Frari, can be clearly seen from the rooftop of Can Costa. See photo above. Oh yeah, that's the one we saw off our roof earlier. Cool. The surveillance team at the entrance to the Argonne building will page you via the PDA whenever Fango enters. An audio signal will alert you to his arrival. A light on the PDA will remain on as long as he is in the building. Any suspicious or unusual... Excuse me? Oh, sorry, my mouse stopped working. Any unusual activity should be reported immediately using the PDA. Press the call button on the PDA keypad to reach your contact, Detective Sophie Napores. Background on Antonio Demetrius Fango. Born in Genoa, June 1st, 1972. Kicked out of Polytechnic Tesla for cheating in December 1993. Moved to Venice from Milan in March 2006. Custom designs and installs communication entertainment systems for homes and businesses throughout his company, Sognitrico. He is its sole employee. After the theft of the Doge sword, Venice police received a tip that Fango may have been involved. Wiretaps and surveillance of his business and apartment have revealed nothing out of the ordinary. His contact with people is limited. About once a week, he buys an assortment of chocolates. He rarely eats out, often takes long, random, unaccompanied walks. He has no criminal record. Okay. The crime dossier. Oh, this is a PDA. Call, track. Okay. We've got some binoculars. Cool. Okay, we'll call the detective lady.
Ciao, this is Nancy Drew.
Yes, is this Detective Leporace?
Si, but please, to you I am just Sophia.
I'll remember that. Sophia?
Why do you call? Canal's be watching Fongo. He's not in his office.
I know. I just wanted to make sure this PDA thing works.
It is from the GDAF. Military equipment is good. But you are smart to test it, Nancy. And you are good to help us. We are very short-handed. Canale keeps the police very busy.
I just hope I can help.
Remember, when you have seen Fongo do something of interest, call me. Ciao.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the market. Oh, so it's like a little shop. More birdseed.
Signora, ma come mai a Venezia?
Flower bouquets?
Più uccelli?
We buy flowers. Okay.
Ma perché ai veneziani piacciono gli
So you can
uccelli?
sell flowers there. Oh, no.
Grazie.
Do you read
Avete
it?
visto quel
Wonder what this
in
says in
televisione
English.
quello che è successo a proposito del
I think it
fantasma?
says sunflower
Un
from that
poliziotto l'ha
giant
visto
sunflower.
e mentre lo stava così per catturare, il fantasma si è dileguato e è diventato acqua.
€1. Oh, we have some soda.
sole.
E dove è andato?
Oh, and our lovely
Non
gelato.
c'è più, meno male, ci siamo liberati.
We got orange, chocolate, cherry, blueberry, lime, coconut, lime and the coconut, banana and blackberry? I think blackberry. It doesn't quite look like grape. Yeah. Cool. So now we can buy some ice cream. Oh, Campo del Verde. That's where our Fango works. Yeah, you know it. Love the coconut. Take it all in it. Okay. Let's go back to our car.
Ieri sera in televisione ho visto questo detective americano che ha anche di nome italiano, Tino Balducci si chiamava, che era porta a porta.
Oh, they said Tino Balducci. Ooh.
That's my pager. Antonio Fongo is in his office. Time to go to work.
Oh, we can spy on him right now. Oh, too far. Hi, Marguerite.
I'm
don't
too
mind
far
me.
away to see anything.
I'm just gonna go spying.
Nancy, what are you doing?
No. Spying on someone. Be upfront. Studying the architecture.
Studying the architecture. That's what I want to be, an architect, so I'm kind of boning up.
You Americans always busy doing something. Che noia.
Okay. Do we think is he gonna do something? No? Oh, there we go.
This looks interesting.
A pigeon.
I'd better go somewhere private and call Sophia.
He removed something from the pigeon's leg. You are positive?
Yes, he removed something, kind of studied it, then left the office.
Maybe he is using a trained pigeon to communicate with someone. Yes, this could be true, because we know that by phone he talks to almost no one. Here is what we will do. I will deliver to you a tracking device. You will sneak into Fango's office when he is not there and feed it to the pigeon. After that, you can use your PDA to see in what direction it has flown.
You want me to feed a tracking device to a pigeon?
It will be very, very tiny. But I do not want to leave it at the ATM. If you go there too much, people will get suspicious. So we will leave it for you in the costume store in Campo Santa Maria Formosa. It will be hidden among the things there. You will have to find it.
How will I know what it looks like?
Very soon, I will send a picture of it to your PDA. But you must locate the device quickly. If you do not find it in time, it will destroy itself. If that happens, we will hide another device. Your PDA will show you where we have hidden it.
You want me to feed a tracking device that self-destructs to a pigeon?
That's
The
intense.
self-destruct mechanism will automatically deactivate when you pick it up. And do not worry. The device will not hurt the pigeon after it is swallowed.
Well, then I guess I'm on my way to Campo Santa Maria Formosa.
After you have fed the tracking device to the pigeon, you must do two things. You must find out where the pigeon goes when it leaves Fungos, and you must discover what it is carrying. Call me when you know these things. Ciao.
Ciao. Pigeon boner. Okay, we can do this. Okay, let's go find it. Okay, so it's over there. Luigi!
I need to translate this.
No, you don't. Okay, we'll go in. We're getting a... Ah, message. Pill. Ah, buy the shoes. Yeah. Cool. Oh, we can buy some little shoes. Nice. Oh, we got our pirate crew mask. Nice. Jolly Roger. Okay.
Still have to do that.
Talk
Jack,
some more to Helena.
still have to do that.
For Prudence. Oh, did that.
All done. Did that.
Did that.
Check. Did that.
Yeah, we've got pigeon and sneak into.
Can't check that off yet.
Okay, we'll start with our phone calls. Well, that's our PDA. Oh, we need to get it from the phone in our bedroom. Oh, also we can talk to Helena along the way because she'll be somewhere in the car. Aha, this is her desk.
Hello, Nancy, right? So, how do you like Venice?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, it's incredible.
I think Venice is the most fascinating city in the world. Its history, its art, its layout, everything about it is so rich and so beautiful, and there's so much about human ingenuity. I absolutely love it.
Have you ever thought about living here?
I have indeed. In fact, every time I come here, I make an effort to meet new people. Having friends is very important to me, you see? But I don't want to move here until I can afford my own palazzo. So, until that day, I shall have to content myself with staying here wherever I can and as often as I can.
You'll get here eventually.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist. Right now, I live in Hamburg because that's where the offices of Your Event magazine are. I do most of my writing for them. But I know far more about Venice than I do about Hamburg. In fact, I know more about Venice than most Venetians do. I know where the best souvenir stands are, the nicest glass shops. Here, I'll make you a list of the cheapest cafes.
Oh, yes.
No, that's okay. You don't need to do that.
Nancy,
You
you're a
don't
buzzkill.
want to know where the cheapest cafes are? Are you sure you're American?
I'm just not into touristy things, that's all.
I see.
Oh, but you could tell me what your very favorite spot in Venice is. I'd love to know that.
Oh, well, let me think. That would have to be Campo San Paolo. There's something, I don't know, something very avant-garde about it that's quite charming.
Okay.
So what do you think about all this phantom thief stuff?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I think it's great. A caped figure darting down walkways beside moonlit canals, melting mist-like into the shadows, escaping not with stolen money, but stolen art. It's all just so wonderfully Venetian.
I doubt she actually condones it, Nancy. Have you written about it?
Have you written about it?
I'm working on a piece for your Welt, yes. I tried to tell them I was here on holiday, but when they agreed to pay half my expenses in addition to my normal fee, how could I refuse? Besides, as far as crime sprees go, this fun is rather refreshing. Il Fantasma hasn't physically hurt anyone, and has some very interesting ideas when it comes to what's worth stealing. In fact, it's altogether possible this phantom could turn out to be a woman. Whew! That would be a story I'd write for free.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Lilbo, your message. The interviewer also gave her a number to text her about any of the questions about the job I had. I gave her my house phone because I don't need someone to text me all day. What does that mean? There might just be a convenience thing for her. Like, she'll have her actual phone on her at all times. So, like, if you have a question, she can answer it whenever it's convenient for her. Like, she can do it while she's at work, or like, say if she's driving somewhere and you send them and you try and contact her, she'll have that message on standby, ready to go when she's done driving. Whereas if you were trying to call her through a business line, she obviously wouldn't be able to pick that up while she's driving, or get back to you when she's driving. She'll have to wait till she gets back to the office and eventually finds out that you left her a message. What does that mean? Yeah, but she contacts the landline. Well, true. I definitely think it's more of you contacting her. I doubt she'd be sending you messages all the time. Yeah, one sec. I don't want to give them. No, that's fair enough. You don't have to give it out if you don't want to. No. Yeah, if anything, it means when you're at home, just. Oh, you've given her that. That's fair. We'll do this. I mean, if you do have any questions, you'll have to figure out a way of asking it of her. But it's probably she just wanted it to be convenient on her end if you had any more questions. Just being able to just shoot her a text instead of her having to get it from the office. And plus, it'd be faster that way. So you wouldn't have to say, I know obviously hospitals don't have closing times, but theoretically, it closed at 6 o'clock and the message got to her at 6:05. Because it's just a simple text, she can message you back. Whereas if it had been the actual hospital phone, she wouldn't be picking it up because it's closed. So you'd have to wait until Monday. And of course, by the time you wait until Monday, that would have possibly left you messaging and calling throughout the weekend. And so she'd have a pile up. I think she's just trying to not have that happen. So she'll be able to instantly respond, that sort of thing. Sorry, I'm just coming up with scenarios for it to work. Forgive me. We say, I mean, yeah, if you have no questions, there's no issue at all. Yeah, that can. I don't see that. I guess I guess obviously if you'd prefer not to have it, then yes. Yeah, I guess it's more common in this day and age just to give out a cell phone number. Just because everyone's always got it in their pocket, like or like right next to them, essentially. So I guess, yeah, it's just a convenience thing, I guess. Excuse me. Yeah, I want to give my husband. Yeah, true. You wouldn't want them calling you at 4 a.m. I'll get there at 6:30. I mean, no, if it's that important. Yeah, no, don't need to call me 24/7. Yeah, nah, that's fair enough. If you want to avoid that.
So, have you dug up anything juicy for your story on this phantom thief person?
This case is so huge, the police are swamped. Apparently, they've got people coming in from all over the world to help track down leads. My contacts at the police station are too busy to give me the time of day, let alone a juicy tip. However, one of my non-police sources just told me something very interesting. He said the word on the street is that the next thing the thief steals is going to be a person.
He's going to kidnap someone?
A very wealthy someone. At least, that's the rumor.
Well, do you talk to Colin much?
Do you talk to Colin Baxter very much?
I try to talk to him, but he's so focused on his work. Having a
Sorry, what do I do? Why is it not working?
decent conversation with him is virtually impossible. Once, out of politeness, I feigned an interest in what he was doing, and the next thing I knew...
He was showing you his test ray slides.
Yes! They went on and on and on! It was nightmarish. I felt like a seabird that had landed in an oil slick and couldn't fly away. The only way I could escape was to confess that I found the slides less than fascinating, which hurt his feelings terribly, I'm afraid. But it couldn't be helped.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, same thing happened to us, yep. Do you know anything about him?
So you don't know much about him?
I know nothing about him at all. Actually, that's not quite true. Once, while he was working, his cell phone rang. He immediately left the room to take the call, but as he was leaving, he picked up by saying, "This is Justin." Not Colin. Justin.
That's a bit suspicious.
He's using a fake name?
Either Justin or Colin. One of them's fake.
True. Or both. Maybe both are fake.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
It's been a pleasure. Pretty locket.
Thank you. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend? You do have it all, don't you, Nancy Drew?
Oh, I'm getting comments on all my clothing. The blouse, my locket. What about my bucket hat? That's the true standout piece of my outfit. Oh. Yes?
Hello?
Hello, is this Nancy?
Miss Rutherford, yes, it's Nancy. How are you?
But to be honest, I'm rather peeved. Were you or were you not to call me just as soon as you were settled in there at the car?
I'm sorry, I should have called, but I've been very busy.
And I've been very worried. I was afraid Margarita had allowed my beloved kindness ghost to fall into such a state of disrepair that it was no longer habitable.
Oh, no, the car is fine.
Oh, that's a relief. So, how goes the case? Captain Brassica said he was going to send you a parcel. Has it arrived?
Yes, it sure has.
Good. The sooner you get to work, the better. I talked you up quite a bit, you know. Both the GDIF and the local gendarmerie are expecting great things from you. As am I. No one wants this phantom scoundrel captured more than I do.
I'm flattered, Miss Rutherford, and I'll do my best. But it's not like I'm a superhero or anything. Like I told you, I just like solving mysteries.
Just see that you solve this one in a timely fashion, dear. We leave on a cruise in 2 weeks, and I shan't be able to enjoy a second of it until I know all those stolen works of art have been recovered.
I like how that's the deadline. The deadline is so she can go on her cruise.
I get the feeling Margarita's not real happy about my staying here at the car.
That is just tough tiddlywinks. Putting you up is the least she can do for me after all I've done for her.
Tiddlywinks. What have you done for her?
Just what have you done for her?
I made the mistake of helping her pay for some of the repairs that reared their ugly little heads after I sold her the car. I did so not because of any legal obligation, but because of my abiding affection for the place and all things Venetian. She is such a cheap. I feared she would ignore what had to be done until the car crumbled into ruins.
How did she get to be such a cheapskate?
When her husband died, he left Margarita everything, which amounted to a small fortune. What he didn't leave her, however, was even the slightest clue as to what to do with it. And now, after years of bad investments and wasteful spending, she's starting to feel the pinch. But I'm afraid it's my erstwhile residence there in Venezia that must pay the price for her fiscal ineptitude.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll let you get back to whatever it is you're doing.
As it happens, I'm writing my memoirs. They shall be called The Principles of Prudence. Unfortunately, this has necessitated my hiring an assistant. You really must stop thinking bad thoughts about Ginger. Yes, you are. Just look how she's shaking. The other day, poor Ginger mistook the shapeless lump of leather my assistant called her purse for a doggy toy and ripped it to shreds. She's still a bit perturbed. Although, believe you me, Ginger did her a massive favor. Anyway, if you ever cannot reach me, it means we are hard at work. Bonne chance.
Damn. Okay. We called Prudence. We talked to Helen or something.
Did that.
Did that. Okay, so we need to sneak into Fango's office. This way. Come. Yeah, this one. And we don't have to pay to walk. Okay. The Argon building.
Looks like I'm going to have to pick this lock somehow.
Do I have anything? No, I don't. Okay, we're gonna go to the... Where is Plaza San Marco? That had the Sassy Detectives magazine. That's got a little article in it on lockpicking. Here we go.
Pesce fresco, presto.
How long?
Pesce fresco. Signora, ma come mai a Venezia ci sono tutti questi uccelli?
To most people, a locked door is a major obstacle. To a good detective, it is a mere inconvenience, especially one locked with an ordinary pin and tumbler lock. All that's needed to get around this obstacle is a little knowledge and something as common as a hairpin. The pin and tumbler lock is comprised of two basic parts, a cylinder and its housing. This type of lock can be set into the door or it can be part of the doorknob. When the correct key is inserted into the cylinder can be turned. When it turns, it retracts whatever is protruding into the door jamb. And the door can be opened. But what allows one key to turn the cylinder and not all keys? Shadow Academy. Inside the lock, at the top or bottom in some cases of the cylinder is a row of pins extending from inside the cylinder out into the housing. Each pin is actually two pins set one on top of the other and held in place by a tiny spring. When a key is inserted into the cylinder, its unique pattern of ridges and valleys punches on the pins and adjusts their positions. When the wrong key is inserted into the cylinder, its pattern of ridges and valleys also realigns the pins. but because it is not the correct key, all of the pin sets do not meet at the edge of the cylinder, so the cylinder cannot turn and the door remains locked. Inserting something long and thin and sturdy into a pin and tumbler lock effectively pushes the pins up and out of the cylinder. If the object, and with it the cylinder, is then turned at just the right time, the pins remain outside the cylinder and the door can be unlocked. However, since it's possible to ruin a lock by picking it, using the correct key is always the preferred method of opening a locked door. But sometimes the correct key is simply nowhere to be found, and as all good detectives know, desperate times require desperate measures. Ooh. Okay, so we need to get ourselves a hairpin. That face? Yeah. All those fans' faces throughout the magazine too. Okay, back to the car.
Signora, ma come mai a Venezia ci sono tutti questi uccelli?
Non lo so, ci sono tanti...
I like the soundtrack in this one. Okay, where is our wardrobe? I literally had the mouse right over it. We got some super toothpaste and some super smile dental floss. Nice. Oh, my bad. Okay, let's go break into our office. Okay. Let us in. Wait a minute. They literally used the pick of the lock for this image. Nice. Well, okay. Oh, okay. So each one's moved different ones. Okay, so that does itself. Okay. Oh. I hated those high school locks. Yeah. Like, wait, do you mean like high school locks? I like how they could get into your like your locker? Or like the classrooms? Okay, we can't do anything with the pigeon just yet. Go for these file cabinets first. What have we got? Got a kitty. Nice. These are some very important documents. Are you locked ones?
Looks like some cards are missing.
Okay. Delilo. Okay, what else? Okay, so the only thing she pointed out was the cards being missing. Excuse me, you're exempt from having a locker because you didn't figure it out. Oh, fair. I'm atrocious with the turn dials, so I get you. But I remember there was, in my high school we had one, it was only a really short phase, I think it lasted like a week. People just trying to do the whole putting the lock up to your ear and just trying to open it purely off sound. I don't know if anyone managed, but you know. Well, we have Isle Virginie, Tahiti, Sicily, Bermuda, and Aruba. Ooh.
I need to translate this.
But they're travel guides. You don't need translation on travel guides. Oh, we've got some binary code. Okay. Okay, we don't want to leave just yet. We've got his hat. London School of Applied Technology with the consensus of instructors. Certificate of Merit in Digital Data Storage and Transfer. Okay. And the university studied the Bologna. Yeah, but something in information. Masters of Computer Science. Ooh, that's definitely information related. Okay. Swords? Nope. Oh, we have a... Oh, and it moves! Oh, that's cute. Okay. Oh, we've got a file cabinet. Well, it's empty, but we have these are the masks, the Commedia dell'Arte plates. El Capitano. Well, that one's crying, that one's sad. Okay. Anything here? Nope. Oh, we can fax something. Oh, I want to see the computer. More chocolates. Oh. Okay, it's the mask with the big nose. Oh. The Torture? We're gonna look at the mask. I need the spelling of this bad boy. Okay. So L-D-O-T-T-O-R-E. Banger. Or maybe the regular one? I'm gonna write that down too. Okay. Yeah, they're the only two that sort of look like the one in the password image. Okay. El Dottore. No. Is it actually an IL Dottore? No? Okay, I'll try the Brigalia then. No! Okay. Should I have eggplant plant? Ooh. I mean, yes. But how are you preparing your eggplant? Hold on, I'm just going to get some birdseed. We'll come back. Oh no, this is where Helena's favourite spot. We'll get it from the marketplace. Sauce. Oh, like an eggplant sauce. Or doused in sauce. But yes, eggplant sounds lovely. I wonder if I'll have to lockpick again. Yes. No, that's my bird seed. Imagine just shoving a bunch of bird seed into a lock. Okay. Oh, that's a single? Single? Oh, it changes each time. Okay. There we go. Where's our bird? Eat this and be friendly. Literally nothing from the bird. Cool.
All done.
Get a hairpin, yeah.
All done.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Forgive me. Let's go buy some more bird seed so we can actually feed that tracking device to our pigeon. Oh, I'm a joke. I mean, who doesn't want to spend, what, 10 euros on some bird seed? Take 2. So excuse me. Lilbo, you said, do just look at the giant job. Some postage for a month.
Hey, Vania. A che ora c'è quello
I mean, damn. You definitely think they would have filled that by now, or at least like had like a notification on whether there's been like an update. Ah, bugger it, was so close. Oh, cool. Okay, let's try again with this bird.
Oddio, sto male, mi sono stato beccato da un piccione. Dov'è un ospedale?
Non c'è un ospedale qui vicino.
It's like how you feed dogs medication.
Sì, un amico mio. Allo studio qui vicino.
Andiamoci.
Andiamo, sì, vi accompagno.
To hide it in their food. Okay. Yeah.
All done. Did that.
Especially his computer, we can't even get into it.
Can't check that off yet.
Find him. Ah, so that's the horse. Okay, I'll have to write down the tune, figure out the password, figure out how to get the darn pigeon.
All done.
Figure out how to get that darn pigeon to eat the tracking device. Okay. Let's go around.
Oh my gosh, Bongo's coming back.
Oh my gosh. That's okay. We can hide. Gee, he really is coming back. He can't find us now. Oh, he's right inside. What was the point in that?
Vieni qui, piccioncino, vieni.
He talks to the pigeon. Oh, that's cute. Sorry, excuse me. The liberal word. Hi, me as a recruiter. Kick ass. Hell yeah, you'd kick ass. Yeah, you be the new recruiter. Was that it? It just fell? Our pigeon friend is gone, lads.
Can't check that off yet.
Okay, we'll go to the music. No, music box. listen to some sick beats. Okay. Do, si, la, ri, fi, sol, do. Oh Lord, sorry, one more time. The third line was way too quick for me. Mi, re, do, si, la, ri. Re, do, la, fi, sol, do. Sounds like I'm having a stroke when I speak it. Mi, do, do, sol, sol, mi, fa, re, re. Re, la, si, re, do. I got that one. Cool, cool, cool. We'll figure out what that's for later. Okay. Okay, we've tried 2 of these masks, so we'll go for the rest. The Arlecellino isn't crossed out. The El Capitano, and then the Scaramuccia. One of these bad boys will bound to work for our computer. Wait. Oh, we can check the bin. Literally nothing. He's just been eating chocolate. Okay, so we have no. The El Capitano. Ah, El Capitano. Cool. We have trash. What's in this trash? Airline cancellation. Translator, please. Following airline reservation has been cancelled at your request. 2 adults, 30th of September, one-way departure to Tahiti. Please allow us to make your dream vacation your next reality. Always choose to fly Auckland. No, that's not what I wanted. Chess log, December 2009. December 29. Hello, El Capitano. How about a nice game of chess? You play white. This is my first time, but a friend recommends me to your esteemed establishment. Wonderful. Please supply me with your mailing address for billings. Okay. Which chess notation do you prefer? Krollmeister. I understand, but I prefer standard algebraic. Whenever you want to quit, close the game stream. Fine. I'll start. KH3. Yeah. Okay. So we have some chess. My bad, El Capitano. Yeah, airline cancellation to Aruba. So he's cancelling all his flights. Hello, El Capitano, have a nice game of chess. Actually, I want to let you know that my friend Bragalia will be playing you from now on. He's a much better player than I am. Please continue to charge my account though. As you wish. Disconnected. Chess log. Have a nice game of chess. Checkmate. I found a similar game once in a trash can outside your office. Okay. Checkmate. I saw a similar game played next to the fountain in Campo San Paulo. Okay. Gina's chessboard is temporarily closed for maintenance. Oh, we can't even play chess. Okay. Got the password.
Can't check that off yet.
Use a PDA to figure out where the pigeon flew to, find it and recover it, then message
Still have to do that.
Can do. Okay. Track. Where you at? Nowhere? guessing we have to leave here for it to show up. Oh, well, it shows it down here, so it's north there. Southwest? Hang on, okay. You've got to be kidding me. Why is there so many pigeons? What does our pigeon look like? Did Nancy observe our pigeon? Pigeon eyes of the reader could be trained, yeah. Intercept. Oh, here we go. As I recall, the pigeon had a green sheen on its neck, one stripe on its wing, and yellow legs. Green, one stripe, yellow. Green, red, two stripes. Two stripes. Ah, this bad boy?
Gotcha!
Oh. I can play I Spy. We got this.
What kind of message is that? I'd better call Sophia.
Bye, pigeons. Bye, Hato.
Nancy, you have tracked the pigeon.
After it left Fongo's, it flew to Campo Santa Margarita. It landed right next to this place called Casa de Giochi.
Casa de Giochi. You are sure?
Yeah? Is something wrong?
Casa de Giochi is a private club owned by Enrico Tazza. The police suspect that he sends his stolen goods for big criminals like Leo Macchiano. If Fongo is working for the Phantom, perhaps Tazza is working for him too. Look around the Casa de Giochi, Nancy. Talk to Tazza if you can. Get on his good side. See how much you can find out without making him suspicious. Was the pigeon carrying a message?
Yes, but all it says is hello in English, followed by an exclamation point.
There is a dot at the bottom of this exclamation point.
Yeah?
You must find a microscope and examine this dot, Nancy. If Fongo was sending a message to Tazza, maybe it's hidden there.
A microdot, of course. I'll do that. I'll find a microscope and take a look at it.
If I do not hear from you, you will hear from me.
I'm sorry. I'm just knocking my equipment over. Okay, let's go use Colin's microscope. Sorry, Scotty, I miss your feeling lily bro. My question is more advanced. How do I handle the issue? I only want to hand out my house phone. Wait, no, sorry, I don't need one. Just text me. Okay, I've just said nothing's rude. No, it's fine. Just just say that you only give your oh, actually, I was gonna say that you only give it to friends, but that can cause an issue in that later on in working they might try and switch to your mobile phone. I mean, you can just give them your home phone and just say they have a better chance of contacting you through your home phone than what they would. Oh, I can look up. Okay. Than what they would your mobile phone.
Another package?
Oh, from El Dottore. Okay, chocolates. Oh, that's one of the mask ones. Okay.
I want you both to know that I am very sorry if that American girl is bothering you. It was not my idea for her to stay here. Believe you me.
Yikes, they're talking about me. I shouldn't listen.
She doesn't bother me.
Nor me. In fact, I rather like her.
But I'm going to anyway.
This is because she spends most of her time on the roof bothering me.
I was there once.
Always up there looking at buildings through binoculars. She says she wants to be an architect.
Well, if she wants to learn about architecture, she's certainly come to the right city.
Which reminds me, the Restoration Council has finally responded to our plans for renovating the shower area. Would you rather get upset now or later?
Please, later. I just ate. Anyway, I apologize for the trouble she makes. If she bothers you, you tell me and I will tell her.
Oh, she's fine.
She's quite fine, actually.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
They're just gossiping about me while I'm gone. Jeez. But yeah, drama. Yeah, they got drama on me. I mean, geez, I didn't realize Nancy was that bad to live with, apparently. But you also said, I don't even my co-workers know my number. Yeah, that's fair. Just say that they've got a better chance of contacting you through your house phone. And then whether that happens to be true or not. Yeah. Oh, I've already forgotten what I was doing here.
Check.
Oh, getting the microscope. Yep. Colin. Oh, there you go, Lilivo. How was that? Oh, Rolf Lyron Chef. I hope that's right. Give them their number, and they will send them on a wild ride. I mean, that would certainly be interesting. Being just like, I tried calling you the other day on my mobile phone. I'm talking to a different person. Oh Lord.
Hello, Nancy.
I mean, they certainly wouldn't be getting your mobile phone then. Wait. Can't come to the phone. Can't come to the phone right now. I want to be friends. Oh. Wait, you guys know each other? You pronounced correct? Oh, awesome. Thank you. Wait, you guys know each other? Oh, that's cool as hell. Well, hello. Nice to meet you. We welcome all friends here. Give me your microscope.
Would it be okay if I used your microscope?
I have a very strict policy when it comes to my equipment. No one touches it but me. And now, you. I trust you, Nancy. Please, be my guest.
He likes
Thank you.
Here is our message. Our messagey. Lord help me if this is what we're translating. I'll have a better time at kanji than I would with this. El Dote requests you to change the safe room lock combination to 433, my lord. 43556. Okay. She's written down. We're good. Okay. We'll chat to him a bit
Nancy.
more. Does he live here?
Do you live here at the car?
No, I have a room in a building on the other side of the Grand Canal. A very small room. But I spend so much time here and so little time there, I suppose technically I do live here.
Perfect.
Do you know who that box of chocolates in the entryway is for?
No, I didn't really look at it because I assumed it was for you. It's not?
No, it's for someone named Il Dottore.
Oh, I was afraid...
not Il.
I assumed they were from that Locket fellow of yours. Il Dottore. Wonder who that could be.
What are you going to be for Carnivale this year?
Working, that's what I'm going to be. I haven't been invited to any festivities, which is just as well because I detest costumes. So to Carnivale, I say, bah humbug.
I need to get going.
What's his name?
What's whose name?
The bloke who gave you that locket you're wearing.
Oh, Ned.
Goodbye, Nancy.
So he's out for Ned's blood. Good to know. Sorry, I missed messages though. Lilibo, apparently there's a number you can use to give people that is fake. Oh, I have heard about that, yeah. A very small room. Come on, my room was small growing up, man. Oh, yeah. It's like, is your room small unless you're living in a cupboard under the stairs like Harry Potter? Nah. Yes, we're calling Sophie.
Nancy, you have examined the microdot the pigeon was carrying?
Yes.
I sure have. The message, which was written in English, said, Il Dottore requests you to change the safe room lock combination to 43556.
Il Dottore?
Yes, which is really interesting because in his office, Fongo has a poster of Commedia dell'arte masks. He's crossed out all but 5 of the masks, and among the ones that aren't crossed out are the Brighella mask.
The mask the Phantom wears.
Right, And the mask for Il Dottore wasn't crossed out either. And it was in the middle, like it was more important than the others. And when I went back to the place where I'm staying, a box of chocolates had just been delivered for someone named Il Dottore, which means it's very possible that Il Dottore is one of the people at the Canoscosta.
Perhaps Fango and the Phantom and whoever else they are working with are going by the names of Commedia dell'arte characters. This would make it easier to secretly communicate with each other. And is that true? Perhaps those chocolates are a message of some kind. And if Il Dottore was at the center of that poster you saw, perhaps the person the message was meant for is the ringleader.
Just what I was thinking.
Here is what we will do. I will have a technician hide tracking devices in objects these people are likely to carry around with them. Then, when we know which of them is Il Dottore, we will activate the appropriate device and be able to follow him.
Awesome. Let's see. Helena's always writing, so for her I could plant a bug in her pen maybe. And Margarita is always sunning herself, so you could hide a bug for her in a sunglasses case. But for Colin, you could bug a mosaic tile. You know, a tessera.
He's likely to carry a mosaic tile on his person.
If it's from me, he will. Long story.
This is good information, Nancy. I will have our technician prepare the 2 bugged objects and the device which you will hide in the pen, then leave them for you in the Banca dell'Oro ATM. You should give them to each person as soon as you get them.
Will do. Keep your fingers crossed.
My fingers are always crossed.
Okay, first, Luvo, the Harry Potter room is as bad as cool reading it. True. And Rolf line, if only she knew any Italian. True. And then Luluvo, I'm afraid I still haven't figured out the command for our sugar back daddy. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying, I'm afraid. But yeah, as soon as I do though, that will be the first thing you hear when the stream starts. Sorry, I know the detective was giving us info, but I read that and I sort of lost it. Roughly, maybe she should uncross her fingers. That sounds uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, yes. Oh. Sorry. Sugar Mac Daddy. Oh. We'll go to that bank. Sorry. Once again, I have a maturity for 5-year-old. The fact that that works so well for me. We need the Piazza San Marco. And we have to walk. We have to get the long way around. Cool. A few days later, you start cooking it. Oh, I didn't move. Oh. Honestly, that was actually just like perfection of comedy level. That was. Sugar Macadaddy. Oh, I'm fine. It's fine. Nope. I will limit my laughing streak for that joke. Oh. Hello, I am here. That is not a banker. Sorry, Libra, I still can't figure out if you should make it sound. Oh, true. I have looked up a few things I can do the voice changing with to make it sound all cool and auto-tuned. But I just haven't worked out how to make it a command for you guys to input. So just going about our business and all of a sudden you just hear a Sugar McDada. I'll get that. bug tesserae, and a bug sunglasses. Make it sound like a computer. Or just a hold on, oh no, make it sound like an annoying phone operator. Ooh. Oh damn, I thought that probably you thought the human tooth was a I thought that was a human tooth, not a bug. Oh my lord, imagine that. We just pick up we plan just to pick up some bits and pieces from work at the ATM, and we just find shred up a tooth. Oh my lord. Nancy Drew is getting hella dark. Oh. Hold on, can I do this? Sorry, I'm gonna try and do something on the sly and see if it picks up. Make it sound like Eminem. Now I'd like to go inside, please. Just close the door on my face.
Hello, Nancy.
Here's a tesserae.
I came across this tessera and thought you might like it.
It's quite beautiful. All the more because it came from you. Thank you, Nancy. I shall treasure it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Come back anytime.
He likes me. I bet it's the bucket hat. I'm just so stylish. He just can't compute with it. Okay, we got her Helga's pen. Oh. Whatever keyboard. I mean, offline, don't you think bucket hats are just like the most stunning thing a person can wear, like, ever? I mean, look at me. Like, I'll be turning all the heads in the plazas. But hold on. I'm just wondering, where's he gonna put that tile? Oof. And if you want someone colder here, look up. I think you should ask about elements. By Daniel Mac. Oh, he's done a second one? I remember listening to the elemental table one. That was amazing, so I'm gonna have to look that up. And sorry, if you guys give me 2 seconds, I want to test something out and then see if it works for y'all. I got it working, guys. Okay, ready for some absolute genius. Sorry, before I start it, a little bit. No, the Jimmy Fallon one. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that up. Yeah, I definitely have to look that up. I just did this on my phone.
Sugar Mac Daddy.
I put it in Google Translator. It sounds amazing.
Sugar Mac Daddy.
Yeah, I've got it in my Google Translate app. So I also have this option.
Sugar Mac Papa.
Mac Papa. Oh, I should make that a secondary option. The Sugar Mac Papa. Excuse me, right? Oh yeah, no, it just doesn't track my eyes properly. It's wonderful. Yeah, no, the camera tracking with my laptop camera is the poorest quality there is. So My face likes to spasm out a bit. It's cool. I think that's the voice you should use. This one?
Sugar Mac Daddy.
Yes. I think Nancy is constipated. She hasn't used the bathroom, so she got to. She's used it once. One bathroom, because I thought it was the how to get out the room. Okay, there. I've clicked back on the window. It's fine. Perfect. Copy and paste, and there you go. And true. Hold on, I need to talk to her.
Hello again. Do you always wear that locket?
Yes.
I've only had it a week. My boyfriend gave it to me just before I left.
My boyfriend?
I should have known. That explains why it is so, ordinary. Which is not a bad thing.
She doesn't like any of me, does she?
It is just that, when one lives in Venezia, one becomes so used to true beauty that anything less tends to stand out like, dirt on a white rug.
Need the translator voice? Yeah. I tried a few other ones and then whichever one is like the absolute bomb, yeah, we'll pick that.
My roommate, Helena Berg, does she stay here a lot?
This is the first time. I met her at a party which Rosetta Del Bene gave. When Helena found out where I lived, she practically begged me to let her stay here. And with Rosetta standing right there, well, I could not say no.
Why was she so insistent about staying here?
She said it was because the Nascosta is so centrally located. Which it is, altro che. But I think it was because I am so centrally located. She's what you call a social climber. Always asking me about parties. When they are, where they are, who is invited, what should she wear, whose name should she say to get in. Che schifo! The upper class of Venezia is close to outsiders. Elena is full of voglio, this is true, but she will never be one of them. Us.
She's gonna make that correction. The us. Who is El Dottore?
Who is Il Dottore?
Il Dottore.
Dottore means doctor. What doctor are you talking about?
There's a box of chocolates downstairs for Il Dottore.
Someone must have left them here by mistake.
Has anything else for Il Dottore ever been delivered here?
I am up here all day. Something gets delivered, something does not get delivered. I do not know. I do not care.
You'll be dressing up for the Carnival.
Will you be dressing up in a costume for Carnevale?
Altro che! I have fallen in love with Commedia dell'arte. So this year I will dress up as my favorite character, the big-nosed, nasty Pulcinella. He and I are so opposite, no one will ever guess it is me.
Oh, here we go. We can give it the book.
I saw this case and thought you might like it to keep your sunglasses in.
You are giving me a gift? You do not have to do this, Nancy, but I like gifts. And this one, it is very nice. Grazie.
Yeah.
I'll stop pestering you now.
Ciao.
Get bugged, Marguerite. Okay, so there. Still need to meet Enrico.
All done.
Box of chocolates.
Check. I haven't done that. All done.
Yeah, picked up the bugs and I handed them
Can't
out.
check that off yet.
I planted the tracking devices that the police provided for me on my car mates. I did, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, maybe it's I have to tell Sophie. And then I can mark it. Oh, never mind. That completely bolts up our plan. The brainy, the translated voice needs to be so plain that it comes off ridiculous. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Did that.
Now it comes off. Excuse me, little bit. I have to say that if I get you to shelter, I'm going to watch a fire. but I can do Saturday and a sunny day. Or I hope Sundays are sunny days. But no, that's fair enough. Like, job's definitely a top priority. Got to get that monies, the moolah. Okay, let's try for Enrico. But nah, that's fine. For Sundays, no, all good. I got you. Sundays, I'd probably have to do slightly earlier streams. Not too much earlier. Maybe 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. JST instead of the 10 p.m. JST. Just so I can sleep for work the next day. We were at this Campo San Paolo. And then we have the Campo Santa Margherita. San Paolo is the Helga's favorite place. We have a club. Okay, now we're gonna talk to Enrique and then we'll come back to the club. Cool. Okay, so he'll be in there.
I can't read this.
I can't read this. Me on my daily life. House of Games. Nice.
Mia sorella ha avuto un figlio ieri, lo sapevi, Giuseppe?
No.
Pesa 30 kg.
That is disgusting. I fish it.
Pesante, sì.
Molded can. Some flippers with a bite mark out of them. We've got some sharks in Venice. Oh, it's Colin! Justin Matthias Beaumont, aka Colin Baxter, born in Oxford, England, 8th of September 1981. Graduated from the University of Oxford with Bachelor of Fine Arts, May 2001. While painting a fresco at the country home of Jonas Landquist in October 2004, Beaumont stole a painting by Renard worth £7,500 from Lundquist's private collection. The painting was recovered. Beaumont pleaded guilty, served 1 year at Ashwell Prison, moved to Venice, Italy in April 2006, works as a private contractor, creating and restoring frescoes and mosaics, seen on at least one occasion playing cards with Pietro Mazzola, a black market art dealer with ties to former Maciano theft ring. To date, no other known infractions. Oh, the boy's lying to us.
Claudio, hai letto quell'articolo sul giornale riguardo questo fantasma nell'opera?
Oh,
no, non leggo più.
No, did I pick that up?
Non
Oh,
ho
I did.
soldi per leggere i giornali.
Forgive me.
Cioè, questa fantasma, lo chiamano la
I need a
fantasma,
translator.
potete credere?
No,
Chi è questo?
È il fantasma dell'opera.
To Enrico, we have received a request for a temporary employee and recommended our star pupil, Samantha Quick. I understand you are currently involved in a project and will thereby send her your way sometime after Carnival so that you may recognize her. Samantha will be wearing a red dress, white gloves, black sunglasses, and has blonde hair. We will send you details on our Swiss account for payment on a later date. Okay, recruiting officer. I don't even want to know what that was.
Looks like that's it.
Damn, okay. So, Enrico's looking for a person to work for him. Propane.
Vuoi andare al cinema, Vania?
No, assolutamente no.
Okay, so we're gonna find a full lock code.
Non voglio.
Non hai tempo? Devi
And
studiare.
then we have Colin, is a little liar, and I think
Prossima, ciao.
Ciao. Mi scusi, ma dove mangio
Okay,
qualcosa?
no.
No.
A casa mia.
A casa
Può venire quanto vuole.
davvero?
See from the way you are dressed, you are American.
it's the bucket hat in it.
My name is Nancy Drew.
Boh, non
This
c'è
is
uno
a
ospedale
private
qui
club.
vicino.
You cannot
devi
come
andare
in, sorry.
in un altro posto, in
Conosci
un'altra
il
città.
dottore?
Sì, è un amico mio.
Hmm.
Ha lo studio qui vicino.
Andiamocene.
Okay, so once again, he does not like my stunning bucket hat. What a fool. Okay, we'll probably have to get... We might have to get that outfit and we can pretend to be that Samantha. We need... Nope, this one. So we need a red dress. We need my translator, because I can't read. White gloves. Black sunnies, black sunglasses. And then we're gonna go blonde. Because why not? Okay, we'll go check out that club and then we'll go buy our outfit.
If you're here for the dance audition, take a look at the dance instruction book. When you think you're ready, put the cat suit on and get on stage. If you're good enough, you can keep the suit and come by anytime you want and dance some tips. Oh, and if you're not here for the audition, beat it.
What? No, I don't want to dance. What the? At Club Mucho, the fans expect certain dance moves when certain sounds, cues, play. For your audition, please make sure you understand which cue goes with which dance move. If ever you're dancing to a cue and a new one plays, even though the first one is also playing, switch to the dance for the newest cue. Here is a list of cues and their associated dance move. Tech will try and provide a coloured light cue to help you out on stage. Good luck. If you're given the part, you can keep the dance costume free of charge. Or we get to keep the costume. I mean, if that's what we're getting paid with, I'll take it. Oh my god. It's a cat GIMP suit. Nice, nice. Okay, that's what we'll be dancing in. So, a yellow fuzzy belt. Okay. Yellow is the monkey. Okay, we have blue. Okay. Chair is blue, and we've got some clapping noises. The Sea Kid. I love that. Sea Kid, orange. Ocarina. The Fens. Okay, so we have light blue and dark blue. Cool. Here's a whistle. And the Fens. The robot. Okay. Robot, green. And a buzzer. The Bob. Here's red with a siren. Sorry, just writing this down, lads. And the twist. Okay. Laser. Okay, we got this, we got this. We got a mask. There's our cat suit.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah. Who's the hand? Whoa. Okay. We got my book. We can do this. Siren. Red.
Oh, you need to turn it up.
I need to be faster. Okay.
Awful.
Okay, I missed the ocarina. These moves.
stage.
What?
And don't even think about taking that costume with you.
No, give me a chance. One more.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
I want my outfit.
Nice. Not bad. Incredible. Good.
Okay, we got this. We've got the thing higher.
Not bad.
How quick does it want me to press it?
Okay.
How quick does it want me to press the race is bar?
Wonderful.
Blasting.
Good. Not bad. I don't think so. Oh, you need to tighten it up.
No.
Great job.
Oh, I
Still
surpassed.
some rough edges though, so take that costume home and practice. What's your name?
Nancy?
Nancy? Forget it. From now on, your name's, Punchy. Punchy LaRue.
But...
Next!
You hear that? Our name's Punchy LaRue from now on. I'll just rebrand to Punchy LaRue. Okay, one sec. We need Campo Margarita. Did that have the costume shop? Excuse me. No one remembers our name. I know. No one knows Nancy's name. Oh. But I mean, Punchy LaRue, like, I'll take that as an upgrade. Oh no, this isn't right. Where was that costume shop? The market? The Formosa? It's where we found the bug, the pigeon, what is it? The bug for the pigeon. No, I think this is just yeah, that's just his office. Okay, so it's gonna be at the Santa Maria Formosa. Formosa? Oh, it was said once. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. How much money do we have? We have 165. Okay, and we need a red dress. Oh, we have 105. White gloves. We have 100. Black sunnies and there's no sunglasses here. Be right back. No worries, little boy. I'll catch you soon. And a blonde wig, which is 40. Okay, now we just need to go find us some sunglasses. We'll try the gift shop first, and if not, the marketplace. Aha! Cool, I still have 55 euros left.
Si è rotta, Vania. Posso usare la tua?
Ma non lo so, devi chiedere a mio marito.
Uffa, sempre sto marito.
Ah, forgive me. The beeping means Fango is in his office. Okay, let's check out what he's doing. Oh, and then we'll head to meet Enrique. Okay. Oh, Christ.
È un sacco che non ti vedo.
Oh, so how was your holiday, Nancy? Oh, it was great. My head got smashed in by a flower pot. Okay, the roof. Don't mind me, Marguerite. I'm just gonna be spying on the architecture. Definitely. He's got the pigeon back.
This looks interesting.
Okay. Okay, please. So he sent a message somewhere. Libo, oh, no stress. Hot food is amazing. Oh, I don't need to be holding my binoculars. Okay, he's still in his office. We can't spy on him right now. And can we not pick up? Okay, we can't pick up the PDA. Oh, good. We will go to absolutely nowhere, because in order for us to dress like Samantha Quick, we need to get dressed. Okay, no more flower pots coming for me this time. Is that cool? Okay, now it's gonna be devastating, but we're gonna have to take off the bucket hat. Black shoes. White gloves. Our black sunnies. The cat mask will just go in like that. Aha, here's the wig. I'm so sad. I mean, what's stopping us from wearing a blonde wig and our bucket hat, like, honestly? Okay. Nice outfit. Thank you. Here we go. Nancy's doing like some proper spy stuff. She's wearing a whole outfit.
What is your name?
Samantha Quick.
You are early, but please come in. Enrico is at the Scopa table.
Scopa. Oh, hello.
Ah, sono Enrico Tazza. Benvenuta a Venezia.
I'm sorry, but if it's all right with you, I'd prefer to speak English.
Of course, whatever you wish. What a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting you until after Carnevale.
Yeah, couldn't wait to get started.
I know, but I just couldn't wait to get started.
Oh, forgive me.
So, you're not only young and attractive, but enthusiastic as well. Tell me more about yourself, Samantha.
Well, the compliment is nice. Being told I'm attractive by a man in a mask is a bit spooky. I'll do a little bit of small chat.
Well, I'm from the States, as you can tell, and I'm going to school in Switzerland, and now I'm here. And I think that's all that matters, don't you? Because frankly, telling my life story to someone wearing a mask is just a little too freaky for me.
Yes,
I understand.
Exactly.
Besides, having never met you before, I would have no way of knowing if what you tell me is a lie or the truth. I always wear the same costume for Carnevale. Why? Because I'm a very superstitious man. I believe that always doing things a certain way brings good fortune. For instance, I never discuss business with anyone unless and until that person beats me at the game of Scopa. Are you familiar with the game?
Now, I am. I've played it in person, but we're going to hear the rules anyway, so I can brush up. But before we do, Lilybo, whatever we wish, I'll take $1 million. Yes, please. Yes, please. Men calling women attractive when they don't know. Yes.
Never heard of it.
It's a card game, very popular in Venice. We play it with the traditional Italian deck of 40 cards. There are 4 suits in a scopa deck. Coins, cups, swords, and clubs. Each suit has 10 cards. 7, the most valuable card. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and ace. There are also 3 face cards. Valet, knight, king. When you are taking tricks during the game, each card is worth what it says, with a valet worth 8, a knight 9, and a king 10. However, for scoring at the end of the game, 7s are the most valuable, followed by 6s, aces, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, then all face cards. For scoring, these are called primes. To play the game, 3 cards are dealt to each player, then 4 cards are placed face up in the play area. If 3 kings appear, the cards are redealt. The player who did not deal the cards goes first. When it is your turn, you must play 1 card and 1 card only from your hand. You have a 2, and there is a 2 in the play area. So you will play your 2 and take a trick. I discard a valet worth 8. You cannot make a match, so you discard your 3. I discard the 2. Now, because you have a knight in your hand, which is worth 9, and there is a 6 and a 3 in the play area, 6 plus 3 equals 9, which means you have a match and you take a trick. I discard my ace, and because we are both out of cards, I deal us both 3 more cards. You have a 7 in your hand. You also have an ace, which is worth 1, a 4, and a 2 in the play area, which add up to 7. But there is also a 7 in the play area. So, which do you match with your 7? The 3 cards that add up to 7, or the 7? The rules say when presented with such a choice, you must take the trick by collecting a single card. And so, you match your 7 card with the 7 card in the play area and take a trick. I make a match with the valet and take a trick. You have yet another 7 in your hand. Now you match it with the ace, the 4, and the 2 and take a trick. And since you have taken the last card in the play area, you say Scopa and get a point. We continue to play by discarding and taking tricks until all 40 cards have been played. At that point, we count the points we have won by taking tricks and getting Scopas. The first person to get 11 or more points wins. If no one has 11 or more points, the deck is shuffled, the other person deals, and we play another round. Are you ready to play?
Hell yeah. You bet.
You bet.
Okay, we have a 10 so far. Mine. Okay, we'll discard the 5, so a better chance of adding up to a 9 later. Or not at all. Okay, I'll drop the 2 off for now. No 3. I needed that like 2 seconds ago, bruh. Okay, no worries. We have 7. We can make the 7. We'll take that. I wish there was sort of like some background music for this card game. But oh well. Oh, and we have a 3 already. Okay, let's get this ace out of the way. And we'll drop the 2 off. He fell right into the trap. Didn't plan it, but it works. Okay, 5, 6, we'll take the 10. And our 6. Okay, we'll have to get rid of the 5 though. Damn. Oh, we have the 9.
We've played all our cards. I took the last trick, so I get all the cards left on the table.
Oh, there's like 5 cards.
You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. I get 1 point for having the most tricks. I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point.
That's annoying. I thought it was well. I've got 1 point and he's got like 3. Blasting. Sorry, excuse me. Sparklippers. Hello, nice to meet you. I hate when he does that and yanks all the coins like that. Yeah, that was actually cruel. He took like 5 of me cards. Oh yeah, and the coins are worth more. Yeah. And then also and hi, hello. Oh, okay, that's embarrassing. I waved. You can't actually see my wave. Oops. No. Okay, no, we can't do that. We'll take the 8 for now. Hello, Eva. Welcome back. Is your food all warm and toasty now? Oh no, that was before. Forgive me. Here we go. 5 and 8. We'll drop off the 2 and see if we can make the 7. Oh, yeah. Bugger. Well, there goes that plan. Sparkly Bliss. I do that all the time too. I'm a PNG jump casting waving and smiling. Ah, yeah. You get it. You get it. You get it. Little bit. Microwavable vodka penne? You having vodka pasta? Hell yeah. Actually, you know what? That actually makes sense to me. I've seen a pasta sauce where the primary ingredient was vodka. Let's get this 8. Whoa. Oh, we can finally get one. Scopa! That's all worth it. We can end the game now. Oh, Sparkly Kiss, thank you so much. That was really kind of you, thank you. Yes, there it is. Ah, it is the vodka pasta sauce. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, 2 in a row. Scopa! Hell yes. Hell yes. Scopa! Triple Scopa! Scopa Sundays! Eat it, Enrico. Oh, yes, take that. Oh, he ruined my streak. I'm out for blood on this next one. He ruined my streak. I could have had 4. 9s? He took his own 6. That's okay. We'll give him that. That's a pretty smart play. I'll drop the 2 off. I don't really want to separate myself from the 7. Awesome. It's fine. He knew what I really wanted. And I can get another coin.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Take that, Enrico. They're my card now.
You get 1 point for having the most tricks.
Okay,
you
1.
get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point
3.
for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's
Take
add
that,
up
Enrico.
what each card is worth
Sparkle
and
Kiss.
see who
Heck
got
yeah.
the highest number of
No,
primes.
second round.
I
Hell
have the
yeah.
most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the Skopas.
Or I'm at 7 and he's at 4. Ha 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 ha. I was hoping for a clean sweep on that round, but I'll let him have 1 point. Okay, we can't really grab... Oh, no, we can. We can get the 5 and the 3 makes 8. Apparently, I don't know how to count up to 10. My numbers get confused. Fine. Okay, we'll drop the 1 off. Okay, can't do anything with that. Sparkle Fierce, this game... This game shouldn't be so exciting, but it really is. Oh, it's great. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact we have to, like, yell out Scopa, it probably wouldn't be as fun. It's like the... Oh, that song, Tequila. No, the only word in that is Tequila. And it just makes it 20 times better. I'll take the 9. And then we'll see... I pray he does not take that. Oh, he's taking the 6. He's cruel. Enrico is so cruel. And I can't use it. Oh, we can get him back. It's fine. I want the coin card. Coin card. Okay, can't do anything with the 2. Lost. We'll get rid of the 7 as well. Then we might at least be able to pick those 2. Oh, I had the 7 of coins. If I just did the 9. Oh. Okay. Okay, I can do a clean sweep of these ones at least. Sorry, excuse me. The little boat. You should make that Sculptor command. Yeah. Oh, cool. That is the plan. We have 2 commands I need to figure out how to make. We'll have Sculptor and, of course, the legendary. Oh, wait. Do I still have it loaded? I better still have this loaded. I do.
Sugar Mac Daddy.
Oh. Yeah, we'll make that a command at some point. I swear to God. I need to figure it out. And perfection. The Sugar Mac Daddy gifted us.
Scopa!
And we can't get the 1. It's okay. Okay, let's go for all coins first. And hopefully he drops a 1. Nope. Oh, I only got a Scopa.
Scopa!
Oh, I got 2.
Ah, what a great way to end the last round. Unfortunately, in this case, no point is given for a Scopa.
Take that, Enrico.
You get 1 point for having the most coin cards.
1.
I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. 2. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the Scopas.
Okay, I'm still winning on Scopas. That's fine. I need to get 2 points. Okay, that can be done. That can be done. Okay. Okay, he's got 1. I can't do anything with any of those cards. 8 and 8. Let's throw away our 6. And apparently the 10 as well. Okay, 6. 2. Okay. Do the 3. Ah, I took the 3. Okay. want this coin card most. 4, and then I can take the 7s. So what time tomorrow? And he's Sparkle Kiss. Yes, he's just bullying me at this point. All I need is 2 points. He should just let me win. And then Libo for stream time tomorrow. I'm not sure what time my plans finish tomorrow, so I'm going to try and keep it for same time, the 10 p.m. JST, or your Eastern Standard Time of 9 a.m. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to throw out my 4. So yeah, I'm going to try for that, and if there will be an update, I'll do a quick 20-second stream just being like, hey, we're going to this time, soz. Little who's bullying? Oh, Enrico's bullying us. He's taking all my cards. He's not letting me win. I mean, look at this. I'm so close. I'm 2 points away, and he's just not letting me have it. Do I want... No, I'm going to go for the multiple cards. I'm an idiot.
Scopa.
He took the Scopa. Oh, he did it twice.
Scopa.
And he got the 7 of coins. See, this is the bullying. He's being mean.
Scopa.
No, I'm not sacrificing me 4. I need the coins. What is the likelihood that we could have gotten a 10 from this? Okay, not too bad.
I took the last trick, so I get all the cards remaining on the table.
No.
No points for me.
He's
I
just
get
clean
1 point
sweep
for
me.
having the most tricks. I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes.
Me?
I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the Scopas.
We
Nice
were
try,
so close.
but I win. Would you like to play again?
Yes, I want to play again.
Sure.
I'm happy I enjoy Scopa, but oh, that was cruel. Sparkly Kiss, 3 Scopas in a row, my dude. I know. It's nice when we had it, but no, that's just cruel. I'll take the 9. Yes. Why Scopa is my question? Wait, can I have you clarify that, Lilybo? What do you mean by Scopa is my question? Hold on, throw this 1 away. Oh, I can make the floor. The floor? Okay. I can make the 4. Oh, we can make the 9. Banger.
Scopa.
I'll sacrifice me 2. And me 7. Please don't. Okay, it's not the 7 of coins. The name, lol, it's weird. Oh yeah. Okay, now I get you. But, it's fun to say though. Scopa. No, I'm not gonna risk the coins just yet. Oh, 2 in 1. Yes. Scopa. Okay, let's put this onto the field. Okay. We'll take the 2 out. Okay. Okay, give me some good cards, We can do... I'll take the 8 so I have more cards. And I'll throw this 4 out. Is it gonna? Oh, it gives me a 10. Nice. Let me clear my hand. Sorry, excuse me. Lilbo, then. Yeah, the name of. Yep. It's like my reaction to Uno, why Uno? Because it's fun to say. That's probably just it. It's just something catchy, so the name sticks. Oh, we got it. Oh, yes. 2 coins and a 7 for coins. Hell yeah. Free. Can't do anything with the free. Oh, but he could. Okay.
We've played all our cards. I took the last trick, so I get all the cards left on the table.
Why do you have to take all the cards?
You get 1 point for having the most tricks.
Okay,
you get 1 point for having the 7 of
2.
coins.
Oh, but he's got 1 for
I
all
get
the
1
cards.
point for having the most coin cards. Now, let's add up what each card is worth
He
and
has
see
more?
who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
Oh, we're even. Okay, it's going to be a close match this game. I'm going to get rid of my 7 and hope for the best. Oh, thank God that worked. Take it.
Those don't add up.
Sorry, I meant the 2. It's fine. I don't know where I'm clicking apparently. And I'll have to get rid of my 5. You took my coin. Okay. I'm risking it for the biscuit. Oh, it worked. Thank God. Cool. More cards and a coin. Throw the 5 out. Throw the 9 out? Oh my God, he's just taking all my cards. What is this? Oh, okay, we can do the 2. Or we can at least get a coin card in. He better not have a 10. Okay, good. Oh, we got 3 coins on the table. What can we do? No, okay. We can only pick up the 3 of coins. We had the 7 of coins. The coin stress? Yes, exactly. I just want all the coins. Okay, we can at least get the 10. Oh, please don't have a 6. Please don't have a 6. Oh, yes. Take
You
that.
took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Okay,
You
got most
get
cards,
1
most
point
coins.
for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I
You got the
get
7.
1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is
Oh,
worth
I got the most
and
points
see
this
who
time.
got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point.
Okay. First play. Oh, the 7's right there. I'm gonna risk it. Please, Lord, do not let him have anything that takes that 7 or 2. Kill me now. Okay. I just threw those away. Like I didn't need them. I was too greedy. 5. Turns out I need to get my ego in check. I shouldn't just expect the cards to fall into my hands. We'll go for the 6 first. At least try and get more cards. Here's a 7. Pick up the 8 of coin. Okay, that's not too bad. The coin is still on offer, and we'll get rid of the 5. Little boy, should I watch Harry Potter later? Hell yes, you should. Now that's the question. Most definitely. Oh, I lost the cards. Most definitely. Which Harry Potter would you watch? Which is your favourite? I'll throw out my 8. Oh, get the 4 of coins and the 10. Okay, so I think we'll have the most coin cards now. Maybe. Oh, we have 4 and well, we can take the 3 at least. Then we'll have to get rid of the 1. Okay, that's all we can do for that round. Or that hand.
I took the last trick, so I get all the cards remaining on the table.
Clean sweep me this then.
You get 1 point for having the most coin cards.
Oh, so he's got 2.
I get 1 point for having the most tricks.
I
get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
Chamber
Now,
of
let's
Secrets
add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point.
I enjoyed that one the most, be it the movie and the book. The first, I think the first 3 chapters of Prisoner of Azkaban of my book just aren't attached anymore because I read it so much that it started falling apart, so I had to stop using it. I'll take the coin card. And then, yeah, I'll take all of these. Oh, a 7. Oh, yes. 4, 7, 8. Oh, I don't need. I'm gonna keep the 6 on hand just in case. Oh, yes. Sometimes it works for me. Okay, we can get the 1 of coins. Okay, it's not too bad. Sorry lads, just doing a time check. 2 or 4. Okay, it's 1 AM for me. Sorry, the time on my laptop is a different time to... Why can't I get that notification to go down? What is this? I'm sorry, I've just decided to break my laptop. Okay, we're good. We're back. See, it's fine. Yeah, the time on my laptop is different to my actual time because I've never changed it since moving. So I know what time I have to call my family on. So I never wake them up at some ungodly hour of the night. I can't do anything with the 8. Or I'll sacrifice my 9 of coins, but I'm getting the Scopa. 2 in a row. Hell yes. Scopa. But not 3 in a row. I'll take it. I'm going to say broke her laptop. No, thankfully it's in check. I just had, when I scrolled down so I could check the time, it had that pop-up that like reads like all the weather and the news reports and the, I guess, the finances of the day or something. And it wouldn't disappear. So it was just covering my whole game screen, so I couldn't do anything. It was fun times. But no, if my laptop breaks, then my next stream will just be on my phone and me crying. That's all it will be. I'll just be a 2-hour crying stream.
You took the
I
last
won't be
trick,
able to
so
function
you
without
get
my
all
laptop.
the cards left on the table.
You
get
clear
1
the table.
point for having the most
1,
tricks. You get
2,
1 point for having the
3.
most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of
Okay,
coins.
3 for my hand. And how many points?
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of
Me?
primes.
I got most.
You have the most valuable tricks,
81.
so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
We did it!
You win.
We did it
because
last
you
time.
beat me, we can finally talk business. I have a client who desires the Saddam Melek Sapphire. Have you heard of it?
I'll say of course.
Of course.
The Saddam Melek is said to be the largest and most beautiful star sapphire in all of Europe. As you probably know, its current owner is a man named Vladimir Thanatos, who keeps it at the Palazzo Zateri, guarded by one of the most sophisticated security systems ever devised. Even someone with your youthful energy and talent will find stealing it a challenge. Which is why I suggest you contact Gina as soon as possible.
Okay. 1 second. Sparkling, just gotta get the V-Roid sopping paste for that. Yes. I do have that preset on a different system. I don't know how to do it with the camera I'm using. Hold on. No, I can't even just try and do it with my face. But yeah, now if I got rid of the, I guess, the face and eye tracking, I could get the sobbing face to work. But yeah, no, I definitely need to figure that out. Okay, Gina, good idea.
Gina, good idea.
The more time you give her, the more details on the system she will be able to give you. There, business is over. Back to pleasure. Do you have time for another game of Scopa?
Maybe later.
No, I'd better get going.
Good luck, Samantha. As soon as you have the sapphire, bring it to me.
While I do like Scopa, we have stuff to do.
All done.
Yeah, we haven't figured out why we've got the music box. We haven't found a code for that.
Did that. All done.
Yep.
Check. All done. All done.
All done. All done.
Did that.
Wait. No, we did not. We have not figured out who Gina is.
Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
Gain Enrico's trust by stealing the diamond. Okay. Sapphire, forgive me. See if Gina that was talking about is the same Gina that's on the computer.
I haven't done that.
Office. Okay, so we'd have to do that at the laptop. I've missed some messages. Sparkling Ghost, did you save after that ordeal? Imagine oh, nope. Here we go. Okay, a little bit. I want to go to Europe now. Oh, Europe would be so nice to go visit. And it'd be. Oh, they're about to hit their spring, so it's you'd have good weather at the moment. Be nice, good weather. But spring? No, it's going into summer. I'm an idiot. It's going into summer. But so it shouldn't be. No, it won't. It shouldn't be too hot. It'll be a nice, comfortable heat. Unless you're in like the UK, they usually have some cooler summers. Although the last couple of years they've been having some good heat waves, so they've been getting some high 20s. Celsius. I mean, I don't know the conversion for Fahrenheit, so what about olive heat? Then now is a good time to check that out. Okay, you know what? As I've just saved, I'm going to be an absolute downer and I'm going to call it for the night. I'm going to go run some errands in the morning, so I should probably be alive by a decent hour tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow, hopefully 10 p.m. JST. And yeah, and if not, there'll be a quick 20-second stream of me just going, yeah, so it's going to be this time, but it should be good. Are we raiding out? Maybe in the future. I do know how to do it. I'm just too shy to drop into somebody's stream at this point. But yeah. But I can probably recommend one for you. If she is still streaming, I hope she is, because then I can I can listen to her as I get ready for bed. She is. Okay, I would recommend Gab Smolders. I will type her name in the chat. But she is amazing. I watch her all the time. And she's currently playing Nancy Drew as well. She's doing... What is she doing? Danger by Design. And